Hello everyone, it is Ewan from What Culture, and today I'm joined by Josh. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Uncaffeinated.
There's no tea today, so bit on the low energy levels, even more than usual, weirdly enough.
But yeah, look, we've got a new trailer to talk about. Solo, a Star Wars story. They already had a teaser back in January?
February, I want to say.
I can recount the first 2 months of the year.
Yeah.
But there's a new trailer that came out early this morning while we were all asleep, except for the wrestling locks. They'd been awake doing wrestling things. But anyway, we have to talk about this trailer because there were a few new things they showed off, a few things that are bound to get people talking, because obviously Solo, much like Rogue One, has had a lot of press about its, ostensibly tempestuous kind of behind the scenes. For that we had Lord and Miller. They left the project a while ago. Ron Howard came in to do Ron Howard things. And yeah, Josh, what were the things that kind of stuck out to you about this trailer? Because I'm still trying to process it.
Well, after the first trailer, the teaser trailer, I was unimpressed, to say the least. I thought Alden Ehrenreich was a bit crap, to be honest, a bit not like
savage.
Strange that. But in this trailer, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the hype. I looked visually quite interesting, except from the reshoots, which I'm sure we'll touch on in a bit. But I thought visually it looked really interesting. It looked like a Western set in like the Star Wars universe, which is really cool. I like that with these spin-off movies, they're sort of branching into different genres. Like Rogue One was like your big epic sort of war heist movie, whereas this looks to me more like a Western, which is cool. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid point, because I actually quite like the teaser. I thought there was kind of a weird kind of American graffiti type vibe, like he's there street racing and stuff. Whereas with this, I do think you get more of the tone that it's going for. Like it's very much like almost like a crime film for the Star Wars movie. And then you've got the Western vibes, obviously, in the way it's shot. I think it looks very visually impressive. The shot of they're in like the vortex thing in space, and they're outmaneuvering the thing, and he's there like punch it, and it's like going the thing. I really like that. And obviously, the main set piece of the trailer is the roller coaster,
the
train weavy thing,
the train from the first Avenger.
Yeah, it looks really fun. I think it looks really good. I think the main thing for me is that I'm kind of confused by Ehrenreich's performance. Obviously it's a trailer, so it's really harsh to judge anything particularly. But I don't know. There were interviews a while back where he said this was going to be a more idealistic Han, and I guess you kind of do see that come through. But still, to me, it is weird not seeing this kind of eye-rolly type. I've got a bad feeling because he's got good vibes in the Falcon now. He has a good feeling about something specifically. Do you think what did you get?
I don't want to judge too much, because after all, this is just the trailer, and there have been a lot of rumblings about him needing an acting coach to imitate Han more. But I think what you said there was very pressing and salient when you said this is a different Han. This is a more optimistic Han. I wasn't going to say not energetic Han, definitely not a more energetic Han, but it's certainly a more optimistic Han, and I think you get that. I think if you were just doing Han from A New Hope, you would get even more comparisons between Alden and Harrison Ford, obviously, which, no one can ever live up to Harrison Ford's performance as Han Solo. It's just the fact that they're even trying is kind of ridiculous to a point.
Because I wasn't sold on this before. I saw that before this came out, I was like, this is the most pointless spin-off yet, because Han Solo is Harrison Ford. Yeah. That's the thing. But there are other things in the trailer that we need to talk about.
Certainly are.
Let's bring up Chewbacca, because there are two things in this trailer that they kind of... I don't know how Star Wars fans are going to react to it specifically, but we now know that Chewie is, 190?
190 years old.
Yeah, so Chewie's now kind of like an elf of the Star Wars universe.
Right.
And I don't know, I'm not familiar with Wookiee lore.
Yeah,
so I don't know if this is
I have no idea about the extended universe or anything like that. But this seems to make sense to me. I always assumed this when you see him in the prequel trilogy. I was like, oh, this dude's old as balls. And to find out that he's probably older than I expected, that's fine, Yeah. I like that he has potentially. Is it his wife in this trailer?
Yeah,
that's cool.
There's a cool love, and obviously that's from the holiday special as well. So one of the really interesting things to me personally about this film is that I only kind of dabbled in the expanded universe, but they are making great efforts to actually bring back stuff from. So you've got Tag and Bink, everyone's favourite Star Wars characters from Dark Horse Comics. I mean, I think that's correct. I don't know. Right. But they're coming back for it. And then there's also a few cameos that are said to take place. But now, obviously, Chewbacca's partner is going to be in this. They have a nice little hug.
It's nice.
Yeah, and then also the other thing, L337.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. I feel like you saying before, every Star Wars film now has to have a prerequisite to have a really sassy droid. I'm okay with this because K2SO is the shit. But
individually, I love them. L3 sounds really cool. K2SO, really cool. But it's just the same thing in all of these spin-off movies. It doesn't help that they have the same visual palette, sort of the ragtag group, as in Rogue One. We've also got the quirky sidekick robot, which I can get behind if it's good, but I kind of want to have something different.
Yeah.
Like you keep saying, this could be the most inconsequential spin-off. I'm doing a lot of things with my hands. Could be the most inconsequential spin-off.
It doesn't agreeing with you.
It doesn't help when it's so similar to sort of Rogue One. But that's a minor nitpick, as I do.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because they're both set in like a similar time frame, I suppose. But I think the main controversy here is, like, you picked up on this specifically when you were watching the trailers. There were rumours during Ron Howard's reshoots that he was reluctant to use full sets because obviously that would be very expensive, very time consuming. They have a schedule to meet, and they didn't shift the release date around, I don't think.
No, I don't think they did.
But yeah, there are a lot of shots in this trailer, like you noted, that are very close up, and you can tell. And the thing that worried me slightly is that you can see them both in scenes of dialogue and in action sequences as well. There are lots of like close-up sequences where they're just like close-up shots, whether it be Lando or Han.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is that a concern for you as well?
A little bit, because obviously the rumours were that Ron Howard reshot about 80% of this movie, and in one of the recent exposés, I can't remember which one it is, but I'm sure we'll link it somewhere, was that to save money, because obviously building full sets is expensive, so instead of recreating them, he just recreated what he needed for the close-up shots. And I think that's very telling in here, and it was also telling when they did the same thing in Justice League. That was worse because they did most of it to a green screen rather than a set, but
and
the
fake
cuts
mustache.
and fake mustache, of course. How could we forget? But every time they cut to a close up, in that you could tell it was a reshoot. Whereas I don't think this will fare as bad because a lot more of it was reshot. But it does sort of hamper the scale and like the ambition of like this spectacular universe if you're only getting a close up of Alden Ehrenreich's face and Donald Glover's face, which, I could look
at both of those faces for a long time, in all fairness. But yeah, anyway, let us know what you guys thought of the Star Wars Solo a Star Wars thing. Please let us know in the comments below, and then like, share, and subscribe, and do all that lovely stuff that you tend to do. As always, I've been Ewan.
I've been Josh.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.